As I'm sure by now, most of you are well aware of the game Overwatch. Overwatch is a hero shooter released in 2016 by Blizzard Entertainment that has two teams of 5 battling it out for various objectives such as pushing a robot, moving a payload, or even capturing a point. However, one of the key aspects of Overwatch is not its gunplay, but its diverse cast, that being filled with people of all races, ethnicities, and sexualities. However, when playing, you'll notice one key hero, and that's Doomfist. Now Doomfist is no ordinary guy. Doomfist has a huge metal arm attached to him, and he knows how to use it well. He can punch a human with ease, do somersaults, and still run around and then do it all over again. However, when playing, I noticed one thing. Can a normal human do this? Can a normal human be able to pull off and then also receive the damage and all the force that Doomfist does to a human being? And, well, here are my results. As you can see, the Blizzard devs left us a nice little gift that will make our jobs 10 times easier. That's the firing range, and a more specific meter measure in the firing range. Knowing this, we decided to use a Roadhog dummy in order to see how far and how fast Doomfist really was punching. Now, I'll get to why we decided to use Roadhog at a later time, but just know it's quite relevant to the actual results. Now, as my good friend Sky here demonstrates, it's quite an efficient way, and we get to see the results in real time, and I got to clip them all. As you can notice also, Hog always hits the 10-meter mark, and that lets us have a basis for all of our measurements. And also, we decided to test just how far Roadhog's dummy went when punched, and I'll just say it went quite far.
Lights out.
Damn! 2, 1.
Prepare yourself.
Now, let's get into the math. For the calculations, I'll first start off using velocity. Velocity's formula is distance over time. The distance is around when Roadhog stopped moving, which is 40 meters. And the time is Roadhog's frame data. How long was he in the air for? And that is 25 over 60. 25 is how many frames it took him before he initially hit the ground, and 60 is the baseline for frame data. Now, that equals about 0.416 seconds. And if we do a 40 over 0.416 seconds, that gives about 96.15 meters per second. That's quite fast. That's about half of the speed a plane goes. Now, if you recall, I previously brought up the importance of Roadhog's weight, and that was we actually know what his weight was, and that was 550 pounds, or about 250 kilograms, which allowed us to make our calculation. Next, I want to calculate the force of Doomfist's punch. In order to do that, I use the formula mass of Roadhog times velocity of Roadhog divided by the time of Doomfist's punch. Now, as I already said it before, we decided to use the 250 kilograms for Roadhog's weight. Then, as we've already previously found, we use a velocity, which is 96.15. Then we divide that by 0.25, which give or take is the amount of time Doomfist is in that punch. Then that led to us getting, wait for it, 96,150 newtons. That's insane. That amount of force could destroy buildings. Lastly, I want to calculate the energy of Doomfist's punch. Just how energetical is our boy? So, I decided to use a formula, mass times velocity squared divided by 2. Now, as you can already notice, it's quite similar to the force formula, however with some slight changes, such as a square next to velocity and not being divided by time. So, we're just going to plug and chug. Plug back in 250 kilograms for Roadhog's weight, and then multiply that by Roadhog's velocity squared, which is 96.15, and then divide that by 2, and oh my god, does he punch with so much joules of force and energy, it's insane to me. It's a huge number that I want to read right now. So 1,155,602.81 joules. That's insane. That's unheard of. It could literally shatter every bone in a human's body and then almost vaporize you to dust. That's just how insane it is. So what did we learn today? Well, I certainly learned that Doomfist is crazy strong, and he might be a little unstoppable on the side. However, when calculating these, I just want to emphasize that these are give or take estimates, and they might not be exactly what you get if you do these studies on your own. However, regardless of the results, one thing we can agree on is that Doomfist is just that guy. He can punch, he can somersault, and he can jump, while doing it all with ease and no hindrance to him. But he will definitely hinder you, and I just want to appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you all. And last, I just want to give a thank you to my friend Evan, Skylar, and especially Henry for inspiring this project and leading to me on taking honors physics and making this video. Thank you.